Good evening. This is Card Creating with Jean. My name is Jeanduchrow, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in McFarland, Wisconsin. And welcome to our Sunday night demonstration. So I hope you've all had a very nice Sunday. What do we have? 4 more sleeps until, is that right? Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night if you celebrate on Christmas Day. 4 more sleeps until Christmas Day. Our family usually celebrates on Christmas Eve, so I have a lot to do before we go to church at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. So I am hoping that I have enough energy to get through it all. Well, let's see. I should get this up on my iPad here so I can see. There we go. I can see if there's any comments coming in. So we have a Christmas Day community meal that we serve at our church. Hi Carol, thanks for popping on. And I am making all the stuffing for that. Hi Carrie, welcome. And so I have to make, I think, a serving for 36 people of the sausage stuffing that I make. And then I have to make all the gravy. So we usually try to serve around 100 people, and it's been growing every year. Aw, thanks for sharing, Carol. I really appreciate that. And this will be our 4th year. And it's always a really fun day. It'll be a little poignant this year because one of my best friends who was on the committee and really got it started passed away this summer, and so we are going to be without her, which is kind of hard. Carrie, thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. You guys are great. Great, great, great. So tonight I thought we would dive into one of the items that's going to be released in January, and that's the Aspen Grove stamp set. And I think that one is just like, it's a $20 stamp set. It does not have dies with it. It's pretty easy to fussy cut. So I thought we would try making a couple cards tonight so you could get an idea of what this stamp set does and how it looks and all that good stuff. So I think I'm ready to turn the camera down right now so we can get started, because there's a little more detail to it that I put in that you would never have to do when you make the cards, but you guys know me enough. I like putting detail on cards and make them look as realistic as I possibly can, I guess. So let's get started. Sorry, I always have to get the light out of the way. That's not going to work. Bring it back a little bit more. See how far I can go back. Yeah, we'll bring you up a little bit. Okay, that should be okay. You probably saw a sneak peek of the card when I flipped you over. And that is this one. We're going to do, I made one that I had for a sample that was portrait direction. This one's going to be landscape. And I think I mentioned when we met last time that I thought it would be cool to cut some out and pop them up. And that's what we're going to do on a few of them. So let's get started. So I'm using Balmy Blue for the base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I've already checked to make sure I've got this scored correctly, and I did use the bone folder already on it. And then I'm going to take a piece of black to put on here, and that is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. My brain was moving a little slow there. And we're going to just go ahead and put that on so I have less pieces floating around here on the table. And then we are going to get to stamping. Okay, so we have our piece of white cardstock, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And we've got a piece that's going to go on the inside, which is 3 by 4 1/4. And I've got 2 pieces of scrap that we're going to use for doing the additional trees on. So this one, the smaller one, is 1 1/4 by, looks like a 3 7/8. I just grabbed some scrap that I had. This one is little over 1 1/2 by 5 3/8. So we're going to do that. And you know what? I think I'm going to grab we're going to grab the other one if I can keep it straight. So we only have to do stamping once. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I better not try to do that. There's too many pieces. I'm asking for trouble. So, get the stamps out here. Okay, so we're going to do a thinking of you, and I think my inside says get well soon. Is that this one? Yes, that's this one. Okay, I'll put that aside. These other guys can go over here. All right, so normally when I've made these cards, I start out, there's 3 of them that are pretty good sized as far as trees go. And I'm going to start out by doing those first and spreading them out, and then you just sort of fill in with the smaller ones in between. So I think we'll start with this one. We're going to use the Memento Black. I'm going to bring this down, just isn't quite enough room here. Oh, didn't quite get that. There, that's better. And put that one in the middle. And we'll put another one out on the outside edge. And yeah, maybe that's it for that one. We can always go back and add more. And this is the one that has the extra branches coming off of it. I was running out of the blocks, so I had to double up on some of them. Okay, I don't want to do too many of those. And then we've got this one here. We'll add that one. Flip it around here. The base on this one's a little bit wider than the top, so that's how you kind of tell which is top and which is bottom. And this is one that's got a nice straight side on it, so I am going to add this as one of the extras that will pop up. Okay. Now we're going to go back and add some of the smaller trees in. Hi Rhonda. Hi Shar. Glad you guys were able to join us. Not too far into this yet. Let's see. And this one. We're going to add over here to add on as an individual one. This is a different one than what I was using before. Okay. I think I'm going to add another one of these small ones onto our extra. Maybe I can get them all on here. We're going to just fussy cut those out. Straight lines, pretty easily to fussy cut. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and grab this one and put this in the middle, I think. Which is wider. That's wider. Okay, put that in here. Like so. Alright. Now we can move on to add the top leaves. We will use granny apple green and old olive for that. See, I didn't get that stamped in really good, but I think we'll be able to cover that up with one of the ones that we pop up. Okay, so there's 3 leaves, sets of leaves. There's one, I don't know if you can, how well you can see that. Oh, that's not so good. Let me grab our card. I don't know if you can see that. It's all kind of together. It's not, you don't see a lot of individual leaves except on the very bottom and a little bit on the top. And then there's one that has a lot more detail to it, this one here. And then another one that is smaller and has smaller leaves on it. So I found it best to start with your lighter color, which is going to be granny apple green. And we're going to put that across the top. And I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper here to put underneath. And I'm just going to add a little color here near the top. Kind of go off a little bit. As you can see, it's not a lot of detail. Alright, so that's that. This is the inside sentiment. I'm also going to put some leaves across the top of this. I did that on my second card that I made, and I liked it so well that I thought, I'm going to do that on this one as well. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to switch over to Old Olive and get a little more detail and bring it down a little bit on the card. So I'll start with this one, and we're going to use the larger one that has more detail on it, and we're going to stamp off once. Ah. And as you can see, the leaves are starting to be more formed on this grouping. You kind of see it a little bit better. And I usually put more of this one on, bring it down. Okay. And then last, we will take the real small one. And whenever you look at a tree, the leaves are usually the lightest at the top and the darkest at the bottom. And that's, oops, you know what? I forgot to do the other thing. Let me grab this and do this as well. And that's good enough on that. Okay, now I'll flip it over. And we're still going to use Old Olive, but I'm going to use it without stamping it off. There, I think that looks fairly good. The one thing I didn't like after I had looked at my original that I had made is that it's all white. And you know that there's sky showing through here. So we're going to put a little sky in. And I'm just going to go around my leaves. I'm using the light balmy blue. And we're just going to color in between the trees. In fact, I'm going to flip this around because it'll go faster. I'm trying not to go up above where the leaves are going to be by the tree. Like right here there's some white. I'm not going to do that because it's right in front, or the tree is right behind it. So just trying to be conscious of where I'm actually putting the blue on this one. Whoop. Almost did it there. The next one we do is going to be a little more challenging when it comes to coloring the blue in. Okay, almost done. I didn't put quite as many trees on this one as I think I did on my sample. Okay. Let's close this off for a minute. And I did not put the dark across the bottom on this one. Go back. Open this back up again. Okay. And I'm not going to color any blue in on that. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, actually, I'll put this aside. But then I have a piece of white that's the same width. This one is like 1.5. It's another piece of scrap by 5 this the right length. Should be 5 1/4. It is, okay. It's 5 1/4? It is, I wasn't looking right. Okay, so I'm going to tear this because this is going to be our grass across the bottom. And we will color it in with some blending brushes and ink. So that will go and cover that up near the bottom. And I'm just going to, I should have had these out, I'm sorry. Not very, there's Old Olive. I'm going to take some pecan pie, add that in, here and there. You know how it is when you're going to see a little dirt too, right? I like having my blending brushes specific for a color so I don't have to clean them off. And then when I need just a little bit like this, I don't have to dip into the green. Okay, I think we've got it. And then I'm going to take, is this the light one? It is. The light, oh, that's Granny Apple. That's not the one I want. I want the light Old Olive. And we're just going to do some little flecks on here. Using the other end, though. Just to kind of put some grass on here. And then I'm just going to go over it one more time with the blending brush to kind of blend it all in. This time I will put just a little bit of ink on here. And that is just going to go down here. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. I am hoping that this will lighten up a little bit. It's so hard to do this and have such a very light hand with it. Okay, that'll do. I'm going to cover this up for right now. Alright, so this will actually get popped up. And I'm not going to put it on completely yet because I want to cut out our branches that we did here. And these also need to have a little bit of color put on the top so they blend in. Let's see. Where did I put my Granny Apple green? Oh, good grief. I'm blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. What did I do with it? Oh, I stuck it in where the Old Olive goes. Doesn't work so good. That's not the right one. There it is. Okay, so we're just going to get a little color on here. Okay. so it doesn't stick out when you put it on the here. All right, so now I'm going to do. And then all right, and then I'm just going to cut these out quick. I'm only cutting out the trees, not the leaves. I just wanted the leaves on here. Makes it easier to do it before you cut it out. Yesterday when I was working on the sample, or a day before, I can't remember when I did that, I had them all cut out, and I went to put them on the picture, and I thought, well, I think you need to have a little leaves at the top. So then I had to try to lay them down and get them to lay right, and so that I can get that on there. Okay, there's one. And like I say, this is not something you would necessarily have to do, but I kind of liked the idea of trying it this way once. I think I showed you the one that I made without that and said that this would work really good popping up a couple of the trees. 2 and 3. And I'm just cutting them out pretty close to the lines. Not making it look like we've die cut it. Unless we have a really close die cut. Okay, let's see how we would like to arrange these on here. So that's this one right here, and since we had an oops here, I can actually put that right over the top, and that will fit in there. And this guy, is that this one? It is. And then maybe we want to have one crossed. Oops, it would have to come down further. Let's see. Let's do it crossed like so. Alright, so these will get popped up. I think I'm gonna use the minis on these, just to make sure that I don't go outside the edge. Okay. Yeah, bring that up a little bit. So I gotta put that grass down below. Yeah, I think we're gonna cut a piece here. Thank you, Rhonda, for sharing. I really appreciate it. Just happened to look up. And Shar as well. Are you guys all ready for Christmas? Presents wrapped? Cards all sent? Is this it? No, that's not it. This is it. Oh, I almost put it on the wrong one, but I thought, just a minute, that doesn't look right. And then I think we're just going to bring that one up that way. I will feel ready once I have all that stuffing made. I plan on making Swedish meatballs for us to have after church on Christmas Eve. So I have to make those ahead and put them in the my crock pot to stay warm while we're in church. But most of the kids were here on Saturday, popped in, so we exchanged gifts with a good portion of them. There, all right. Now, see, I left that not having the dimensional here on the end because I knew I had this on the end and it was going to cover that up. So I'm going to just grab a dimensional and put it down here, and one here. I think we should be good. I don't need a big one. I got another small one. We'll put a small one there. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, I thought I'd taken these off. I hope I'm on camera. I am good. Okay. So, the second card that I'm making tonight, I actually took and stamped an extra piece with the leaves and put it up here. So I don't know how you feel about that, if you think that that is okay. You know what? I don't know if I like this one up here though. I'm going to take this one off. And then I'm just going to glue that down on that end. Back down to the... Come on. It's stuck to my finger when it go in the basket. Okay, let's just put this down so that it kind of... And this one doesn't have any on the end either. Excuse me. There. Okay. Now we need to put a sentiment on here. Let's put it on the front of our card. Got it? Got it. I like the black going around the edge because it really makes the image pop on the card. Yeah, it's something I learned doing scrapbooking is I went through a lot of black paper because the pictures always popped really nice if you put a little bit of a black mat behind it before you added a colored mat. Okay, so I ran off, what is this one from? Let me grab it. Textured Notes. It's this die right here in the center. It's just a little bit longer for, and wider than what these are. So my thinking of you was just a little bit too tall. And I think we're going to stamp it in the balmy blue to pick up the balmy blue background. And this is a little mat to go with it, which is just, I think, 1/8 of an inch larger. So this is 7/8 by 2 3/8. So let's get this on here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks a little low, but oh, I guess it's okay. And then we are going to just put that on here, glue it directly on the mat. this out of the way. And let's see. All right, we're going to put that in here. And put a big one on this side. Yeah, I think I'll put a small one on the other just to make sure that I'm not going to. I can put 2 of them on there. Run into that one tree that I popped up. You still got wrapping to do? Well, we gave the kids money this year. The only wrapping I really had to do was for my sister, and it wasn't much. Okay, so there's our front. And the inside is Get Well Soon. Oh, there it is, peaceful. And that's this one right here. And we'll do that in the balmy blue as well. What was that other blue color that we had? Was it Bashful Blue? I know there was a Bashful Blue at one time. And I was so sad when that went. But you know, with doing sky and stuff like that, this works really well. I like it a lot. And I did it the wrong direction. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I did this the last time. I made it. Yay, yay, yay. Well, we can't be perfect, can we? Good grief. All right, let's do this quickly, Jean. I've got another one available now to put in a card that I could make after we get done. I have a spare. I love having spares. All right, let's do this quickly. It goes this direction, I think. Come on. Okay. Okay. Looks good. And blue back out again. Keep putting it back in my little cubby, and I keep having to haul it back out. Nope, that's thinking of you. We don't need that again. Get well soon. There we go. That's much better. How many of you realized I was doing it the wrong way? You probably all were saying, oops, oops. And that's just going to spit in there so sweetly. And I actually didn't put any kind of embellishments on here. I got to look and see what we've got that would go with this. Stay straight. There. Let me pull them out of my drawer. those because we got the black going with it. I could probably do these. Those don't look too bad with them either, do they? Now I'll have to decide which we like better. Come on. There we go. Alright. I think, well, the green's going to show up better, but is it going to look kind of crazy with that? What does the blue would be? Let's try that. And we'll put one. Yikes. I don't know. Oh, I don't like that because it's on the tree. Come on, move over. There. Gee whiz. I think with all the rubbing, I took the shine off of it. There. Much better. Okay. That one's done. Well, let's move on to the next one. Next one's a fun fold. Oh, Jean. Good Lord. I think I've not stamped before. Okay. And the next one we're going to do with a black base, 5.5 by 4 1/4. What did I lose? I don't know what I lost. Or 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. I'm sorry. And then I went back in and I did 1 inch and cut it up to this score line, and 1 inch on this side and cut it up to this score line, so that we have, it looks like it's going to be a bridge card, but it's actually not, because we're not putting a bridge on it. I want to just make sure that I've got this nicely. Just press down on that score line. Okay. So, get these things out of the way. This is going on the inside, and what's on here? Something on my piece of paper. I'm gonna have to flip it over. Alrighty. Okay, this is gonna go on the inside here. This piece is 3 3/8 by 4 1/8, like so. This piece is going on the front, and it is 5 1/8 by 4 1/8. So we are going to actually stamp this first, and then we are going to take 7/8 of an inch off each edge, and that will give us the side pieces with a little bit of a border, and then the center will fit right in here with a little bit of a border. So keeping it all together as one, so that we have a continuous stamp over the top. And this one we will put the leaves on the top as well. So let's get stamping. I don't think that. How do I want to do this? Okay. Start with our big ones, like I did last time. I'll put a big one right in the center. Okay. is on the edge. And I'm just kind of keeping in mind that I'm going to be cutting over 7/8 of an inch on this. Oh, didn't get the bottom down there too good. There. One good thing about these clear stamps is you can tell if you got ink on them or not. And let's see. This one. I need to re-ink my memento. When I made it the first time, I did not have the right measurement for this to make it all in one piece, and I ended up having to do it in 3 pieces, and oi, once I had it done, I measured to see exactly what I needed. So I'm going to sneak this little one in here. Might not get all onto that little piece, that 7/8 inch, but we'll see. Okay. And this one, I'm going to turn it sideways so I can get a better feel for this. Another one over here. I think that's going to be it. And you know what? That's going to bug me, this line that skipped. So I am just going to go in here with my little pen here and color this in a little bit. I'll tell you, these pens are invaluable. I wish all of the colors came in a pen like this. So if you do a stamp that has a skip in it for a sentiment, you can go back through it, and that's that 0.4 Stampin' Up! Felt tip marker. It was created, I think, to be used for when you do writing on your scrapbooks. Oh, and I got a smudge up there too. Well, you know what? That's going to get covered by leaves, so I don't think I have to worry too much about that one. All right, let's get our granny apple out and go to town on this. Get my piece of paper out here, and we're going to get this back. Maybe I should try washing my hands a little bit so I don't have further catastrophes. I'm getting down to the bottom of my baby wipes here for my hands. Might be 2 left in there if I'm lucky. Okay, let's see if I can get some of this off. I don't think any of it came off. Well, I don't know where it came from. Okay. Put this down here, and our first layer. Come on. Okay. Now I'm going to do it the right direction. No, I'm not. It's this way, Jean. Good grief. Okay. Old olive. Around so it's the right direction. Well, that didn't come out right. That's okay. I'll put that aside. I think that looks pretty good. Now we'll go full strength. And I think we're going to wipe that off though, so I don't get that on my fingers when I flip it over. Okay. I'm going to bring that down a little bit further. Okay. And guess what? We are going to do another one. And this is another scrap, and this one is 1.5 by 5 1/8. Oh, I was going to do this on this one. I forgot about that. Too many things going on here. Okay, so that's going to go on the inside. And this is actually, I'm going to do leaves on this, and then I'm going to cut around the edge of them, and I'm going to mount this on the top by popping it up. So it does not matter that I got a smudge up there. And now I'm trying to put another one on that one too. Okay, let's get this done before I have another problem. I think I need to add some more ink to this one. Getting kind of light. Around. Okay. I'm just going to go around these. Just trying even after it. And it is in the spring catalog. It's not an online exclusive. Near the back of the book. When you get your books. Oh, that's one thing I was going to ask you. Those of you that live in the Milwaukee area, I'm going to be going up to Shar's on, what is it, the 30th. I have a funeral I have to go to up there, and I'm willing to bring some catalogs up. If you guys want to let me know who wants catalogs, I will have my catalogs by then, and I can bring them along and drop them off. I've got a little stack started of things that I got to take to Shar. Is Pam on? No, she's not. Okay, I was going to tell her that I'll send her her kit that she ordered from me along with that. So hopefully we can get those catalogs to you possibly next week. Now, we're going to use the dark balmy blue. Thought we'd do one of each. So this one shows, I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to kind of lay that up here. See what it looks like with the darker on there. Closer you get, the less blue you have to put on if you want to put the blue on. I just like the accent. This one we are not going to add any extra trees that are put on with dimensionals. Sorry if my head is in the way. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay, good. I feel like I'm crouched over my work here a little bit and that you might be getting the top of my head. So I have to tell you, one of the gifts that we got for Christmas, and our daughter came and wanted us to open our gifts right away, which I really didn't want to do, but I figure, well, they're never with us when we open our gifts, and if they want to see what they gave us and how we react. So I opened it up, and it's one of those bird feeders that has the camera with it. I'm so excited for Rick to put that up. We got it all charged and ready to go. And I think we're going to mount it on the side of our shed that faces the house. And the seed that falls will fall into my garden, which I think will be fine instead of going on the deck or something. Alright, so now I've got that. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to pop this up, and then I can continue with, if I need to. It's really that much that I can have to do on it. I do like the looks of it this way, with adding this on the top. Let me turn this around so I can see what I'm doing here. Make sure I'm getting it lined up. There. I think that looks, I like the look of it. Maybe here we'll put some in. A little bit here, 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 there. There. Just a little bit. Now for the bottom. This time I'm just going to go with here we go. I'm just going to add some grass down here in different colors. Probably be doing that on here. Just putting little swipes. Put that away later. This is the light old olive. Just putting little marks across. Showing you how easy it is to make grass without getting too technical. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of the dark old olive. Not a lot. And this card is going to be a thank you card. There. Easy peasy. Alright, I'll get these out of here and get to our sentiments. That's the 12. This is the one we want. Thanks a million. And we're going to put it on one of these tags. I'm going to use the top one. This isn't quite wide enough. I was fighting it. Why should I do that, right? This one is just the right size too, so I might be fighting this one. There. Okay. Don't have it exact, and the paper is a little bit shy. It always gives you a little folded edge more than a cut. Okay, so we're going to go this way, and we're going to do it again in the blue, poly blue. Down here at this end, looks like the ink is darker down here. Oh, maybe I'm... There we go. And we're going to add this just a little bit, like so, so you've got a little edge of blue. Excuse me. And then we got to cut our... Oh shoot, we got to cut our piece and I already have it together. That was crazy, wasn't it? You guys didn't yell. Yeah, I can't wait. And you want to know the neat thing about it? Is it's got a speaker on it so we can talk. So if a squirrel gets up in there, we can holler at it to get out. That's the part I can't wait for. Because we know it's going to be able to get into it no matter what we do. Okay, let me see if I can get this cut. This is going to be... Oh, actually, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Let's see. This is not the way you should be putting it together, but... Okay, I need this at 7/8. And this down here at 7/8. I have them lined up just perfect with the... Okay, so that one's down there and that one's there. Perfect. Okay. We are going to glue these guys down, these flaps. Okay. And this one goes over here. Ugh, my eyes. I get it against the weight here and I can see it a little bit better. This is going to go right in here. Okay. That's going to go over here. And then I'm going to take some of the green twine, if I can find it. Here we go. The one that's the Early Espresso Old Olive Linen thread. And we're going to make a double bow. I'm going to put that behind this. Almost done. Sorry, I know I'm keeping you guys along tonight. Keeping you from wrapping your presents. And this is going to go across like so, and this will go on there. Okay. We need a glue dot for the bow. Just going to clip that in there. And maybe I can get a big one on there. Let's see if that's straight. Yep, that's straight. And this little trim. Alright, now the inside we've got here. And I'm so grateful is going to go in there. Like so. And there you have it. You say, finally! Didn't think she was ever going to get that one done. Okay, get a few things cleared out of the way so we can have our drawing. Ay, what a mess. Okay, so let me give the other one out that we did tonight. So those are the two that we did tonight. Which one do you like better? The almost bridge or this one, the first one we did? Oh, I'm glad you like them, Carrie. Yeah, okay. Carrie, you want a catalog? Rhonda. Oh, Rhonda, it's the Aspen set. I'm sorry. It's Aspen Grove. It's just a single set. Doesn't have dies with it. It's like $20, I think. And we use the Get Well and Thinking of You out of the Friendly Foliage. And I use the banner sayings for... what is it? I'm So Grateful. I think is the one that we used. So... or Thanks a Million. I can't. Yeah, Thanks a Million. I'm So Grateful. So that was what we had tonight. And then I told you that I would let you choose from, whoever wins tonight gets to choose from my samples. And it's going to be to this one, or this one, or that one. So the Valentine one is Sending You Hugs and Kisses. And this one's To a Great Guy. So whoever needs a birthday card for a guy, that's a good one. Okay. And you have, those of you that were watching the other night, have a 1 in 4 chance of winning. Okay, let's see who's winning tonight. It's Shar. Shar, you get to choose. Where did I go with my pen? It always seems like just before I'm going to come up to see you, you win. So let me know which one you want, Char. And I will bring it along. Yep, congrats, Char. This one, the guy one, okay. You got it, girl. And I think that is about it. And I do plan on doing a live on Tuesday night. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, but I could, let's see, I did a couple of alternates for the paper pumpkin. If you didn't see, I posted them earlier today. And this was just using one sheet of the base in the set. And then these were an oval that I cut in half, so I could stretch that out a little bit. These are fun. They were really fun to make. This one challenged me because I wasn't sure what to put on this side, but I liked putting the soft seafoam on there and then using the stamps to make like a background DSP. So anyway, I will see you on Tuesday night then. Have a great couple of days, and keep working on that Christmas stuff so you're ready, as we all do this time of year, right? So anyway, have a good night, and I'll see you Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. Bye-bye.